All right, we're back. Part three. Yeah. So you guys are just sort of like realizing that Jacob's not there anymore, and
Is our mental connection severed too?
Yeah.
yes, it is. The the calmness the unnatural calmness sort of fades, and
Hmm.
you now realize what just happened. Jacob just got stabbed and then disappeared with a flash.
Shit. That's not supposed to happen. Can we look around for any kind of clue, so to speak?
Um,
Like anything that tells us what the fuck happened, or just it's just gone. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, you can try and investigate. Like, how do you want to do it? What are you trying to do?
Like literally, just look around. Is there any signs of anything, or did it just literally disappear?
You're in a Tribeca street at 4 a.m. The street is empty. Uh, there are like some slight scuffs on the pavement. There's some drops of blood because he got stabbed, and that's all that you see with a cursory examination.
What
Right.
about our mental connection?
Not
It's
there.
gone.
It's gone.
Didn't think so.
All right, we need to move fast. Let's collect some of the blood. Do we have anything to collect it on? Like, can we just sort of produce something to collect it on? Is
Yeah,
that
no, you're able
important?
to like collect it somehow.
All right.
Someone has something.
And let's go to Julian. See if he can track Jacob. Like immediately. See if he can track
Yeah.
Jacob by his blood. Let's get on the. Like, that's relatively close to Julian. Can we just sort of run there, or do we need to get on a
No,
cab as well?
you're gonna want to drive. Yeah, it's not that close.
And I can't pay for your Uber this time. Rip you.
Guess we're gonna get a normal Uber, not a fancy Uber Black.
All right. Call the other guy. Call.
You call Elijah.
Elijah. Yeah.
That
plumber.
business card came
Oh
in handy.
no.
All right, yeah, you
Well, we
call
need someone to get us
Elijah.
there fast.
He's there like 4 minutes.
All right. Get in. Like quickly get in, and drive us to. We give him the
Yeah,
address.
wherever. Yeah, he's able to drive you back because he picked you up there in the past. Yeah, he gets you there pretty quickly, like faster than he probably should. He's still talking about how he is the fucking shit. Like, no other driver would pick you up at 4 a.m. and get to your destination in less than 10 minutes.
Like completely ignoring him at this point.
Yeah. No, he just doesn't stop. You arrive at that skyscraper.
Telling tell what's his name, Elijah, to keep the meter running,
Mm-hmm.
and like, can we find the way into wherever we were, like to Julian's office, so to speak?
I mean, you're just outside a skyscraper, right? Like,
Yeah, but the door we used to get out.
Mhm.
Can we use it to go back in, or is it just like a different door now?
yeah, no, it's like the front door of like the office building.
Shit.
If only Jacob was here
Yeah.
to use his mental connection to find Julian.
Can I start yelling at the top of my lungs, Julian? Like,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You yell at the top of your lungs, and like the door opens from the inside, and there's like a man in a robe with like a candle and a sleepy look on his face, and it's like the manor door.
Okay.
And I guess he beckons you inside.
All right. Run in. Like, we need to see Julian ASAP.
Yeah.
The graffiti is still there.
Oh yeah, Sobek Jungle.
Yeah.
That I crossed out.
Yeah. So, you enter the Great Hall again. Julian is sitting in his chair, and he looks kind of startled. He says, but he like regains his composure again, and he's like, "What happened?"
Whoever the fuck is doing this just took Jacob. Can you track someone by their blood? It's a very powerful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I can.
I'll
he like brings, or he like snaps his fingers, and like a guy in a robe comes out with a bowl and just like presents the bowl to you and like holds it up like this.
Yeah.
And
Put whatever blood we have collected in it.
yeah,
I
you
guess.
pour the blood into it. He I guess he like beckons for you to follow him, and the guy with the bowl does as well, into another room in the manor. Which is like a small room. It's kind of like a smaller version of the same room. And the floor there is... It's a very soft wood floor that, like, seems very strange to you. And Julian starts, like, he does something with his hands, and the edge of his cane turns into a spike, and he starts carving a circle into the floor and carving symbols within that circle. When he finishes, he places the blood in the center and asks all of you to stand around the outside of the circle. Actually, no, he tells all of you to stand around the outside of the circle and dictates points in which you can stand. And, like, there's little, like, places that are, like, little miniature circles with symbols inside of them, and, like, puts all of you there. And then he takes a seat in the center, and, he draws power out of you, not asking at all. So he's gonna take 2 of each of your will.
Except Edward, except Jacob, who isn't here.
Yeah, except Jacob. And he, yeah, so he performs the ritual, and, he's sort of like, his eyes roll back, he goes catatonic for a little bit, and, like, sort of, like, mildly, vibrates a little bit. Not really shaking. Shaking is too strong of a word, but he's just sort of moving very gently. And...
Swaying.
Not swaying, because swaying is too controlled. Like, he's just sort of, like... I guess it's sort of like he has a full-body tremor.
Okay.
He returns to his awakened state after a while, and, he, I guess, turns to Dio and says, I guess he actually would leave the circle. When he leaves the circle, he motions all of you to do the same. Entering the room are, more of his disciples carrying buckets of sawdust and brooms, and they, like, start pouring the sawdust on the floor and, like, sweeping it over the circle, filling in the cracks. And he leaves the room and asks, or tells Dio to hand him the map.
Alright, give him the map.
Yeah, he just, like, I guess draws a little, path in, or he, like, draws one location on the map, and then, like, a little path from it.
Do we know what it is?
Well, you can see what he's drawn. And, like, here, and then...
In the middle of the other 3.
Yeah, nothing like that. And it's, back in Tribeca.
Can you teleport us there? We need to get there as soon as possible.
He says, no, I don't have the necessary circle at that location.
Alright, sort of... We'll be back and just sort of run out.
All right. Yeah, you
Back
head
to
back
the-
out into the street. Elijah is still there. The meter is still running.
Get in.
All right, you get in, and yeah, I guess you just give him the address. He floors it back over to Tribeca, and he drops you off in a in like, I guess like an intersection. It's probably around 3:40 at this point. You've only been gone, or Jacob's only been gone maybe like 30 minutes. So it hasn't been that long. But
What can happen in 30 minutes?
yeah, it's still been a while. So yeah, you arrive at this intersection. It's empty. It's the dead of night. You get out of the car.
Alright. Can we look around for anything with that marking or anywhere to go in?
Yeah,
That could be in
you
any way
sort
related.
of notice that like the path on the map would take you through a building. Like not through the door of a building, but like there's a building in the way.
Can we go around it in any way, or
You could go around it, but like you wouldn't really be following the path.
Could we go through the building? Could we just like
Exactly.
blow it up with magic?
It's a building.
that probably would attract too much attention?
Not the whole building, just like part of the wall.
Just incinerate half a block.
Just like some gunpowder or something. That's kind of an element, close enough. It's from the ground. Sulfur, it's from the ground. Sulfur's from the ground. I'll bring it up, and then you throw a fireball at it.
You're not really that kind of elementalist.
Your basic
Your
misunderstanding
spreadsheet.
on science.
There's more to gunpowder than just sulfur.
Close
And-
enough. Close enough.
Well, is there a door? Can we like try to go through the building, like parkour, so to speak? Like go through a door and then through a window or whatever.
You look around a little bit more, and you actually notice a manhole underneath you. Like in the center of the
Alright.
street.
I think I've
Mr.
seen a few
Muscles, open it up.
in my life.
Not we have someone that's like physically strong.
Yeah, Fang is physically strong. He's a
Right,
freaking dragon
open it up.
bro.
Okay. I'll open the manhole cover then.
I'm saying that because manhole covers can actually be quite heavy.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's able to open up the manhole cover without really exerting himself too much. And there's a ladder.
Can we see the bottom?
No. It's dark.
Alright, I'm
Do you
not
wanna,
gonna try
like,
to dive in then.
You're gonna dive in. You're not gonna use
No,
your
no,
fire
no,
powers
no,
to see
no.
the bottom.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, didn't drop like little flame down or something?
I just said I'm not gonna dive, I can't see the bottom.
Oh, okay.
How about we push you in?
How about
I'm
I
down.
burn you?
Hey.
Can I sort of throw just a little bit of like
Yeah.
fire in just to
Yeah,
see if I
you
can
like
see anything?
you just like rub your fingers together and like drop
Yeah.
like a
A
spark.
droplet of fire, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not a bottomless pit. Like it's just a manhole that goes down into sewers.
Alright. Start to go down as fast as I can, like time is of the essence here.
Yeah, you climb down to the bottom and you glance back at the map. The map does it does seem to lead like the path is somewhere that you can actually go.
Alright, I'm guessing the sewers are completely dark.
Yeah, but you just sort of like reflexively light
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that was my point, like we need some light. And then start following the map, like completely ignoring the rest of the guys.
So follow
yeah.
him down, I guess.
Yeah, we
So,
just follow our crazy Dio.
That would be
Alright.
my character.
Yeah, it would be. Sec. Alright, so you're walking through the sewers, and you just sort of follow the path. It's dark, and you're sort of like, I guess as you go, you've got sort of, I want to say you'd be carrying a lantern, but it's not actually a lantern. You're just like going like this, and there's just a fireball under your hand. So you're holding it like a lantern, but there's no lantern there. It's just a fireball. And as you progress through the sewers, you follow the map. You take the turns where you need to, and as you enter into this opening, which is sort of like a large area. There's a small staircase going up, and it opens into like a larger room. Larger meaning, I guess it's not even a larger room. Like, it's a tunnel with slightly more room. Inscribed into the ground is another magic circle, which at this point your party has realized are just generally bad news. Circles are bad.
Yeah.
And in the center of that circle, there's one person in the center of the circle and one person on the outside. In the center, there is a man sitting cross-legged. On the outside, there is a woman in a long trench coat. She is carrying a knife.
Like threateningly, or just sort of carrying like a gift, so to speak?
No, like holding it in her hand, but it's by her side.
Okay.
And then also in the circle is an unconscious, or not unconscious, but like woozy and incapacitated Jacob.
Have they seen us yet?
As you sort of like are like, have they seen us yet, Game Master? The woman sort of like turns her head and looks at you.
It's kind of cheating, but okay.
No, it's just sort of like you entered and she's just like, yes,
Okay.
you're there. You like enter the room, your brain like evaluates the situation,
Yeah.
and she notices you.
Okay. Alright, so since I'm the impulsive bastard here, unless someone's gonna do anything before me.
Well, if you're gonna throw a rock, I'll try to stop you.
No. No rocks. Nothing? Alright. So, immediately I spotted we all spotted them, right? We all saw everything.
Yeah.
We saw Jacob in the middle of the circle with the guy sitting there, and she's outside the circle, correct?
She is outside the circle.
Alright, I'm gonna try to do something, and I don't know if they'll react. I don't know if they'll react to it or not, because I'm not saying anything. Are we still mentally linked? Me and them, so to speak?
No.
The rest of the crew?
No.
No, okay.
No, you have to talk.
Alright, so... Okay. So... I guess this would count as getting me in trouble, because of fighting, I guess? No?
Are you gonna fight
Yeah,
her?
no, not really.
Dio, please?
No,
Yes.
this isn't fighting to get you in trouble. This is fighting because, like, they have your friend.
And he got
Exactly.
stabbed.
This isn't
Alright.
picking a fight. This is a fight.
Okay. I'm gonna throw... Just throw a fireball, whether like large but not particularly strong, so I don't think I need to use anything. Just sort of like to block out her entire view and make her block something.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
so,
do that and then run at her.
Alright. You throw a fireball and then you run at her. Sure. And I assume you're not expending any will on the fireball.
No, it's just a big visual fireball. Like it's not barely gonna burn. It's basically hot air. But
Okay.
it's just to force her to block or try to dodge or something.
Got it. Yeah. Sure. You throw a fireball and you start to charge at her. The man in the center of the ring continues his spell, but he like looks up, and everyone just feels a little bit calmer. You're just relaxed a little bit.
Oh no, someone's gonna get stabbed.
At the same time, would that trigger my I live to fight and I don't give up and I don't trust people kind of personality? Like, would the whole thing start to make me feel suspicious and at the same time
You can
even
use that to
more
resist
annoyed?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, I guess how we'll do that is like that bond of yours is consciously counteracting his effect on you. So neither of those both of those things cancel each other out and they're both not a factor.
Okay, so basically
For
I'm
you.
normal, so to speak. Okay.
You're normal but you can't access that bond. It's in
Okay.
use.
Okay. Am I close to her yet? Like during this?
You're running at her and I guess she just sort of like she takes on a fighting sense and flickers out of your view.
Huh.
Yeah, is anyone else doing anything?
I'm sitting there gruggling.
I should do something because it'd
Yeah.
be my code, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the woman and the guy in the trench coat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll charge at him then if Dio's going
Great. Alright, so you charge at him, the woman flickers in front of you and, like, goes to stab at you.
Can I use
Sorry,
my cool? Go on.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
The woman sort of flickers in front of you and, like, goes to stab at you.
Okay.
Are you going to do something? Because I was waiting for her to show up again, so to speak.
Yeah, if you want to...
Okay, question to Gret. Can I use will and my power of cool, so to speak, to do something to her right now?
Maybe. Generally, you can't use cool, but what are you trying to do?
Alright, so... how does cool work then? Like in that
Cool,
sense? Like
cool is basically armor. Cool is
Oh,
like when
okay.
someone tries to do something to you, it's less effective.
Because I have cool as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As
So I
DM
have-
Brandon calls it, it would be plot armor.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. I had 3 points of plot armor. So, yeah, I'm going to go... I'm going to try and deflect the blade with my arm after I, like, dragon up, so to speak.
Sure. Yeah, you're able to deflect the blade. I assume you're not spending any will?
No, I've got 5 points.
Alright, so she just sort of flickers away and flickers back to Dio. And goes to
She
stab at
close
him.
to me?
Yeah, she's like trying to stab you with a knife.
Alright, I'm gonna use athletics. And I have how many points do I have of athletic? 2.
Mhm.
Would this trigger my cool? Because she's gonna try to stab me, so to speak. Would
Yeah,
this make
her attempt to stab you is weaker because of your cool.
Okay. I'm gonna use and say 2 powers or 2 willpower,
Okay.
which makes it an athletic type power 4, so to speak,
Mhm.
to try and sort of counter it and like try to grab her and slam her head down on the floor.
Okay. You go to like, so she goes to stab you. You grab her wrist and you like push her, and you
Or
stop
against
her
the
from.
wall would make more sense.
Yeah, yeah. You would go to push her against the wall, and you stop her from stabbing you. But she goes with your momentum and sort of like you push her, and she pushes off of you and keeps going, and is able to get out of your grip right before she hits the wall and just flickers away. She goes to stab Albatross.
Okay, wait a second, guys. So, like, we heard earlier that the abilities are coming from weapons. So, she had a dagger, and the guy before had a dagger. So maybe it's in the daggers. So we should try and disarm her.
Well, no, the guy before had a necklace and a dagger, but a necklace.
Oh. Okay. Does she have any jewelry we can see?
No, she's moving too fast.
Yeah, she's flickering in and out.
Yeah. Like, this is literally anime speed lines.
It's Dragon Ball style.
Okay.
It's Dragon Ball style. She's moving really fast.
So she's done.
Meanwhile, can I do anything?
Yeah, you're a player, man. You can act.
Right, but yeah, I was groggy. I don't know what level of incapacitation I'm in at.
You're
so.
pretty
I've
fucking
also been
incapacitated.
stabbed.
You're like oxycodone levels of incapacitated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you could probably.
But
try
you
to
can
will
act
it.
because you're a player, and
Okay.
you have 5 points of will to spend.
How many people are in this room right now besides us?
2 people.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Albatross.
Albatross, she's trying to stab you.
she's coming at me. So one of my bonds is I'm a daredevil. Can I just like jump at her?
Yeah. What are you gonna try and do?
Just try and knock her over. Just jump at her. Like,
Okay.
Try and, like,
Yeah, you're trying to tackle her. What strength is your bond?
I think it's 4.
4.
Yeah, it's 4 for daredevil.
Okay. Are you using any will on top of that?
I'll use 1 will.
Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty powerful. Sure. Yeah, you like jump at her and grab you, and try to grab her. It's a little bit reckless, so she is able to graze you. You take a light wound. It really only grazes you, and it's not the physical damage that's the problem, but you can feel like your control over magic slipping. Like, you're bleeding, but you're not bleeding blood, you're bleeding magic. She does, like, fall backwards, and right before she hits the ground, she flickers away and goes to stab at Edward.
Dandy.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you're being stabbed by a flickering Dragon Ball Z woman.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, what? Huh?
So presumably, well, my what do we call it? Transmutation.
Yeah. Bone
Yeah, the
transmutation.
transmutation is taking place now.
Sure, yeah, it would activate.
Yeah.
Actually,
And-
wait, what strength is your bone transmutation?
4.
I think it was a 4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it would activate, but it's weaker
I-
than usual.
Yeah, because I only have 1.
Well, no,
Is that-
it's weaker than
Oh.
usual because you're calm. Or than you should
Oh.
be. Someone is trying to stab you, and instead of being like, holy fuck, someone's trying to stab me, your body is like, huh, that woman has a knife.
That's probably
Okay.
not good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been stabbed. Has she pulled it out yet?
She hasn't stabbed you yet. She's like, she appears in front of you, and she's going for your side with the knife.
Okay, so the transmutation is relatively quick, so she won't be able to penetrate the skin with that, and I can possibly attempt to attack her instead in retaliation.
Okay, so the knife dings off your skin, and, like, it scratches you. It's a knife, it should stab you, but it scratches you. You start to bleed magic a little bit, and you can feel that draining away from you. Your bone transmutation is weakened slightly, but you do have the opportunity to counterattack. What do you do?
Probably try and get the knife out of her hands if possible. I'm not sure if it's a
Okay,
magic
so
knife.
yeah, so what? You like punch her left hand or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, you punch her left hand. She you hit the knife, and it flies out of her grip. She flickers, catches it, flickers again, and is back in front of Fang.
We need to grab her.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried, but I got stabbed. So
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, so
Whatever Fang's gonna do, can I sort of rush her from behind, like what she's, or would it be like way too fast? Like,
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, she's moving really quickly, but yeah, you could start like rushing at her. Sure.
so when she attacks, is it kind of like she goes super fast and stops to attack, and then goes super fast again, or is the attack
Yeah.
at the same speed?
She goes super fast, then she stops to attack, and then she goes super fast again. If she
Okay.
could stab at the rate at which she can move, you all would be dead.
So, can I try and stab her back when she goes for me then?
Sure. Yeah, you want a knife fighter?
Yeah.
Dope. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she appears in front of you. She's going for your side again. What do you do? Like, tell me what happens.
So I try and parry with my one arm like I did before, while the other arm goes to stab her.
Okay, so how are you parrying? Like, what are you doing?
Like the scales from dragoning up. So basically, just trying to push the blade away.
The knife impacts on your scales and it scratches you. Once again, you start to bleed magic. And your ability to be a dragon is lessened slightly, but you still have a knife. What do you do with the knife?
Stab it into her leg.
All right.
Slow her down.
Yeah, sure. You stab the knife into her leg. She twists and like tries to break your grip and is clearly in pain. Do you let go of the knife or do you keep hold of it?
Keep hold of it.
All right, you keep hold of the knife. What's happening with your left hand? Like, she just sort of scratched your scales. They're starting to weaken.
Bring it over to try and punch her.
Okay, so
No. Oh, can I change that?
Yeah.
So try and grab the knife from her hand.
Okay, so you're wrestling with her on your left hand, and you have you're stabbing her in the leg with your right hand, right?
Yeah.
Sure. She flickers. You flicker with her. You kind of show up in front of Dio as he is charging, and he is about to ram into your back.
Can I use athletics to sort of jump over him?
Yeah, you can jump over him.
Alright, I'm gonna do... Okay, give me a second. So, he's here, I'm here, I'm about to run into him, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to run into him.
Mhm.
And the other woman is here?
Uh-huh.
Alright. Can I use athletics with a bit of cool, I guess, because this is all unexpected, and sort of try to jump over him and clothesline the woman straight into the floor? Because she's being stabbed, she's being held down, right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sure, so you jump over him, and you, like, come down with your arm, and as it connects with her, she flickers, and you all come with her, and you're like, now feet down, you're, like, at the other side of the hallway.
But we're still grabbing her.
Yeah, her, like, You like rammed her down with enough force that Fang loses his grip, because he totally was not expecting that. He's probably kind of nauseous. Not that nauseous, because he's got a lot of cool, but like, you just moved very fast from not moving at all. And that's gotta be pretty disorienting. Dio, more disoriented, but he's still got the hit, so like, he's pretty happy with himself. Her back's on the ground, there's a knife in her leg, but she still has the knife in her right hand.
Okay, can I try to sort of... At this point, I'm sort of... Okay, she's like here on the floor. I'm slightly hover her with my arm down on her neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to hold her down by her neck? Like, try to choke her out, so to speak?
Sure.
Alright. Given the situation, do I need to use any will on the athletics?
Wait just 1 second. What's Edward and Albatross doing?
I mean, I guess I'm recovering from getting stabbed.
Yeah, okay.
Because I wasn't as thick-skinned as the other two who got stabbed.
Edward? What are you doing? Dandy.
Dandy!
He's probably taking off his shirt again.
I'm not used to be calling it Edward. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Ugh.
So, what just happened? Sorry, I was reading an article.
Basically, they teleported down the hallway. Like, Fang, she flickered in front of Fang, he stabbed her, then they both flickered in front of Dio, who, like, clotheslined her, and then they all flickered down the hallway. What are you doing?
Am I still transmuted, I guess?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just weaker than it usually would be.
Yeah. Is anyone hurt, like, in particular?
Albatross is
Like,
hurt.
How badly?
Surface wound.
Yeah, it's a surface wound.
wound. Okay, so that's not too bad. Would we look to to chase them, or like kind of hang back and wait?
Well, there's still the guy in the circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to go for her. You can go for the guy in the circle.
Probably looking at taking him out the circle, like just a charge at him.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of bull charge.
Yeah, and try and just tackle him out of the circle.
Sure.
To the floor.
So you go to like charge at him. Dio and this woman who are like currently wrestling, and Dio is like choking her, just sort of a flicker in front of you, and you like. I don't think Edward has any points in cool.
No, he doesn't.
So you just sort of like ram into them, and then like all of you flicker back down the hallway.
Oh, okay. So they're all just
How
protecting
strong
the
is
guy,
she?
so-
Oh, she's
Yeah.
not strong at all, but she has free control of her movement.
She's basically okay. She's not actually moving. She's basically teleporting, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because otherwise she wouldn't stop the stab. She just go through with a knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise she could just like run in a straight line and just kill everybody.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're trying to choke her. How much will are you spending on choking her?
No, not actually. Am I on top of her? Like, can I see her
Yeah.
eyes from here?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do something incredibly cruel. I'm gonna burn her eyes.
How? What does that look like?
Okay. I have control of fire as long as I have vision of something, right?
Sure.
So I'm
Yeah.
looking at her eyes and basically trying to set them on fire.
Okay.
I have 0.4. I have 4 points. I mean, it's just her eyes. I'm guessing it's relatively easy. I don't need to use anything.
Yeah. You start to do this, and as she feels it, she just like, I guess, receives a rush of like, she just breaks your grip. Like, with everything in her, she breaks your grip and teleports away. And like, is like, stops and is panting and is like, clearly not in a good way. Or very scared, maybe?
Hmm.
She's like, holy shit, that was not a good situation.
Okay, being not in my nature to stop,
Yeah.
I would charge back at her.
Yeah, you keep charging. Is Jacob doing anything at this point?
Well, he's
You're
probably just trying to get a
mentalist.
handle. Yeah, I'm also drugged, or
Yeah.
basically drugged, and I've been stabbed.
Yeah, so you have a tough wound and or you have a serious wound and a surface wound.
Right. So I'm probably just trying to keep an eye on what's going on. I'm probably just trying to follow the action. Where is the other guy? There's two people you said. Where's the other person? In relation to me?
He is above you, performing some sort of ritual. Like he's like kneeling next to you.
How close are the rest of them to me? Are they anywhere
They're
near?
down the hall. The closest person is probably Albatross.
Okay, then I would probably try to reach out and incapacitate this guy. Either, I don't know, is there anything around me?
No.
But I would probably use the, what do I call it? The mentalism to try to either punch at him or reach out with my mind, whichever one I could do most easily. And try to incapacitate him either way.
Like physically punching at him would probably be the better bet.
Okay.
You have 5 points of will. Do you want to spend will?
Probably need to. I'll spend where I'm at. I probably really need to. Let's do 4. I need
All right,
to.
you
I need to
spend 4
stop
points
this.
of will, and then
But I'm going to use the mentalism part of it too.
You're using
if I can.
mentalism? Okay.
Yeah, because the idea was that I could use mentalism to create kinetic, charge kinetic energy, but it's conscious energy, so it's going to be diminished, but hopefully
right. So you use almost all the will you can muster to overcome what's happening to you. Now I said before that you had already taken a serious wound and a surface wound, right? So
right.
in doing so, you like completely exhaust yourself and pass out.
Right.
Jacob actually like expends his last surface wound and just he's out, but you do manage to like land a good blow on this guy.
Is there a chance?
Like that was like the last bit of, it's sort of like
the last shot.
Man, I feel like it's happened in Dragon Ball Z at some point, right? Like some dude is on the ground dying, and instead of like using his last bit of energy to try not to die, he's just like fuck it and just like punches somebody as hard as he can. And then like once again doesn't die but is just like out
of it, yeah.
Just out.
Probably Krillin.
Completely spent, yeah. And the idea would be that it would be kinetically charged, so the punch would have even more impact than a normal punch would.
I mean, unfortunately, this guy does have this calming aura, so you're like, oh, I should punch this guy. And not like, but like that's what punching feels like. You're just like your body just doesn't want to, because you're calmer than you should be. But you do land a good hit, and he just sort of like takes it, and like his like jaw is like bleeding where you hit him. And he just, like, looks down at you and just, like, puts his hand on your forehead and just, like, closes your eyes. So Jacob loses consciousness. Meanwhile, the woman who... The teleporter... I guess is just, like... She flickers in front of Albatross again. What does Albatross do?
Okay, well, I have a question. So, since I used my bond to go at her and it got me stabbed, do I get will back for that?
Ooh, yes. Yes, you do. Yeah. You have 4 points of will back, so... There you go.
You have your full will.
Yeah.
Hey, it was the plan. I got stabbed, but I got the will back.
Yeah.
Okay, so now... My guy is gonna go out. He's gonna try to do something crazy.
All right.
He's gonna use his magic and 4 points of will to try and summon like a storm around him.
You're in the sewers.
Yes, not an actual like storm in the sky.
Okay, good.
But like
You're
that would
talking
be
almost
very
like
dangerous.
You're talking kind of like what's your name in X-Men?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
storm,
yeah,
like
yeah.
just wind blowing around me, lightning.
Okay.
Not really controlled.
What are you trying to do with it?
Trying to stop her, like just trying to hit her with something.
Okay, just trying to stop her from hitting you. So it's sort of like defensive?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she like you summon this storm and she's like once again has fear in her eyes, but she steels herself and like steps forward and I guess sort of like just palms you in the chest, and as it's pushing you, both of you flicker, and you're down the hallway. Her arm is, like, torn up from, like, the wind and, like, the like...
We'll say
rain and, like, sleet or whatever it is, and, like, lightning, and, like, I guess she's, like, burned pretty badly from the lightning. The sleeve of her coat tears, and you see, like, a bracelet that looks like it's a bracelet made of glass, and the glass is filled with like a black tar. She lets go of you and flickers back down the hallway, ending up next to the man in the circle and Jacob, and they just sort of like light fills the area. And you've seen this before. This is a teleportation spell.
Do I have any hopes of interrupting it? Like, I'm close to them because I was charging
You're a player, you can always act. You're not close to them, though.
Okay, no. Okay, my point was, before, like, when we realized what was going on, he was already gone. Like, are
Yeah.
they already gone or are they starting?
No,
at the
no, it's
teleport?
starting. It's building. You have like 5 seconds.
Okay, I still have my dragon aspect, right?
Right, so here's the thing is that, like, what she has done is, in grappling with you guys, she has flickered all of you down the hallway. So you're like 25 feet away.
Okay, but I can still like I can still use like the breath and things.
Yes.
But it's just weakened.
Fang,
Yes,
throw me.
it would be weakened.
Throw me at them.
I'm not gonna throw you. I'm gonna
Why
charge
don't you? Do it. Do it. No balls.
Okay,
you
I'll
won't.
just like. We're not even close to each other. Like you went off on there.
You're like maybe
You weren't
10
quite-
feet away. You're at, let's say you're at opposite sides of the hallway.
Oh, fucking hell.
So just sort of like look at how wide it is, right? It's like maybe 5 feet.
Okay, like I wouldn't have
Yes.
enough time to like get over there and throw you with force. Right. Okay. So can I use like a kind of like a compressed air kind of thing? So rather than like firing fire, I do like a kind of a blast of force.
So, yeah. So
Towards them?
basically, you want to like. I guess what I'm imagining is like, when you breathe fire, you sort of summon a dragon's mouth in front of you that breathes fire as like an extension view, right? And what
Yeah.
I'm imagining is instead it ignites the mouth has air in it, and it ignites behind the air and then just pushes that.
Yeah,
Something like
kind
that?
of thing. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a Vazrodar kind of thing, you know, just like
Yeah,
pushing
yeah.
people away. Yeah.
Sure. Yes, you do that. What's everyone else doing?
I'm jumping in front of it to be thrown. Again.
All right, cool. What about Albatross and Edward?
I think my guy's recovering from like Albatross is recovering from his big magic use.
Okay, sure. Edward is he taking any action, or Dandy?
I think I'm
Stop
still
jerking
recovering.
off.
Yeah.
No, I have my mic
Particles.
because I have a cold, so I blow my nose. I think I'm still recovering because my transmutation's worn off now.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So you're getting Dio is getting like flung forward through the air.
Not this time, motherfucker. Alright, am I close enough to do something? Like to hit them with something at this point?
Physically hit them, no, but you are
No,
like
no, but
flying
throw something
towards
at them.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, I have... I'm gonna spend 3 points of will,
You can't spend
plus
3.
my fire.
You can't spend 3.
Oh.
1, 2, 4.
Right. If I spend 4, am I gonna pass out?
No.
Alright, because I'm not wounded or anything.
Right. You will take a surface wound, but
That's fine. So I'm gonna use 4, plus my 4 of my magic, which is gonna do something really productive. And I'm gonna basically try to flamethrower them, so to speak. If
yeah.
that makes any sense.
Okay, so you're like flying forward in the air, propelled by this blast, and you just like unleash fire. Basically everything in front of you. You just burn everything.
Over Jacob, preferably, because I don't want to cook him.
Everything
Probably.
above 1 foot off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're just sort of like I'd say it's maybe like a cone, right? And you just sort of angle it up slightly. You're just like,
Yeah.
hopefully this won't burn him. Yeah, you just unleash flames, and their spell is like finishing, and the flames wash over them. You can't really see because there's just fire in front of you. But when the fire passes and you like hit the ground and you like kind of recover, like you have athletics, so you don't hurt yourself from falling, but it's
Yeah.
not a graceful landing because you're basically completely exhausted.
Yeah.
The entire like subway or sewer tunnel is just blackened with soot completely. The circle is absolutely destroyed. Jacob's gone though, and so are they. You're not sure whether or not you managed to hurt them at all, but left behind you do see the bracelet from the woman. Actually, no, you don't see the bracelet from the woman. You see her entire right arm with the bracelet on it, completely charred and blackened.
No.
Let's give her a hand.
Dio, please.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's hilarious, please.
Not right now, you're not.
Yeah, I don't think Albatross
Right.
would be funny right now.
He would be like, shit, the woman lost her hand. How am I supposed to sleep with her?
Still got one. Alright, so
One's not
I'm
enough.
pretty pissed right now. Does it count that I got injured because I wanted to fight? Like for my will regaining?
Yeah, how many points do you have in... Well,
I'm a Yeah, go on.
no, because that will was counteracting the calmness. So, or that bond was counteracting the
Okay,
calmness,
okay.
so you can't use it.
But
It
I
was
do
already
have I
being
don't
used.
give up,
That's true. Yeah, you can regain will from I don't give up.
which is 2 points.
Alright, you get 2 points.
Alright, well shit, that was really all for nothing, wasn't it?
Oh, we've got the necklace. Someone should
it's
grab
not
that.
nothing. We
We
got
got
her
the arm.
arm. She lost an arm.
If
I mean,
Julian
we lost
last time,
all of Jacob. But she lost an arm.
well, Julian managed to track Jacob by his blood. I wonder what he can do with an arm.
Well, unfortunately, you burned it, so there's probably no blood left.
Probably still something left. I'm taking it anyways. I am keeping her arm, by the way.
Alright. You take her
And
arm.
I hope we don't get stopped by the cops. That's gonna be weird to explain.
I mean, if we do, you'll just light their car on fire.
Hands up.
Oh no.
Alright, any ideas what the fuck we're gonna do then? Because I'm exhausted apparently.
I guess.
Take the bracelet to the Guild of Magi. They might know something about it.
Not that it matters because I'm disappeared, but I should only have one will.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I suppose we have to go back to rest at some point because we're all getting pretty exhausted right now.
Yeah, you guys are kind of fucked.
It's pretty
Hey, I'm
early
fine.
in the morning
I've
as
still
well.
got 5.
That's true.
And I think everyone got stabbed but Dio, that's still here.
Yeah, Dio didn't get stabbed. That's true.
Yeah.
I got like half stabbed. It didn't really go in me.
You got
Haha,
poked.
it didn't go in. Ha ha.
Ah.
Ha
Ah.
ha.
Would you say it was just a tip?
It was just a tip.
Alright.
Alright, so... Yeah, what do you guys want to do now? Where do you want to go?
Back to Julian or Julian I suppose.
Yeah.
Or Jason. Do you guys prefer to go to Julian or Jason? I have no idea which of them to trust to be honest.
To be
I
fair,
think Julian might tell us more.
told us
yeah.
more.
Jason's just going to be able to smarmy.
He's gonna
Or
be like,
confusing.
hey, I gave you that map, though.
Or just be confusing and like a hand. That reminds me of something in 7083 when I completely unrelated. So yeah, I guess we're sort of slowly collecting ourselves and going back to Julian.
Alright, you guys head up through the tunnels. You call probably Elijah.
He's our reliable driver.
Definitely Elijah.
Yeah, he's the only one who would pick you up with an arm at 5 in the morning.
But man, we paid an arm and a leg for this Uber ride.
That's true.
Ah,
And he drives you back to the Order of Magi. I assume again Dio just like yells outside their building. And like the same guy is like, "Oh my god." He opens the door. He's got a candle. He's like, "Come inside."
as we're walking back, like you really should get a doorbell.
He doesn't respond. And so you enter the hall again. Julian looks up from his chair and just says, all right, and just like snaps his fingers. A guy comes out and just like takes the arm from you and walks away. And Julian says, we'll make up some beds for you. Get some sleep.
What a guy.
All right.
Let's end it there, and let's talk about character development and projects. So, did anyone's character undergo change in this session? Or, like, did anything in your character's subplot happen? In any way?
In my own personal subplot, or in my, so to speak, like, character?
Did your character grow and develop?
I guess so.
I want to say Dio did.
Yeah. Okay. How?
I really do, because typically he's the fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want, and he did his damnedest to save me.
Yeah. Sure. Alright, so Dio, on your character sheet, you can mark down 3 points of destiny, which is in the lower right-hand corner.
Do I write a 3, basically?
Yeah.
Or do I put 3
You just
things?
write 3.
Okay, let me find the text box.
Yeah.
3. Alright.
Cool. So destiny is how you advance the plot. It's also how you advance your characters. So you can't use plot destiny on your characters. You can use character destiny on your plots, but you could also use it to gain new skills and whatever. With a minimum of 15 points to do anything. And some of the like, if you just wanted to like...
Sorry.
If you wanted to like learn an entirely new school of magic, that would cost like 70 points of destiny.
Okay.
If you wanted to do something smaller, that would cost like 15.
Okay. Like learn a new skill like pick locks or something, for example.
Yeah. Learning like, I want 2 points of pick locks. It's like, okay, that's probably like 20 destiny or something like that.
Okay.
Not that much.
Could we, for example, for example, I have 2 points of athletics. I wanted to have 4. Could I upgrade that?
Yeah. Totally.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
You can't upgrade anything past 5 though.
Yeah.
Cool. And then so did anyone else's character grow in any way this session?
Could I say mine did, because like I'm working with Dio during these fights.
Sure, yeah.
Where normally I'm not used to working with anyone.
Mark down 2 points of destiny for that.
I mean, would not hitting on the lady with a knife count as growth for Albatross?
No, I don't think so.
I mean...
Could we say that Jacob grew because he got used to getting kidnapped? It's a new experience.
It is a new experience. Alright.
On a serious note, though, this is a serious question. Would he actually get anything out of all of these different because he's a mentalist and he's experiencing all of these different sort of magics on his brain and such. Would that give him any kind of experience, any kind of relevant?
Maybe in retrospect, but right now he's too drugged. So
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
when he recovers. And then yeah, did Edward grow at all this session? Dandy.
I'd say I was like that transmutation in particular hurt me physically, as like in considering my strength and stuff, because it happened so quickly. I wasn't ready for it because I wasn't angry, and obviously every single time it happens, it will make me weaker. So that made me considerably weaker. I'm not sure if that would go in there.
Yeah, yeah, I think that can. I think that could be character growth through like something. It's like a new fear for your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you found a struggle for your character. Sure, that totally counts. So 1 point of destiny for starting that struggle, and then I guess under wounds, just write down something like, I'm worried about what my power is doing to me.
Wounds are basically extra bonds, right?
So in this case, we're just using the wounds part of the character sheet to write something down that's really like different. It's something, it's abstract, and I don't think is like something that classically would be put on the character sheet, but I want to, so we're doing it. But basically how wounds work is when you take a wound, you also gain a bond, and that bond can be used to restore power. So a bond like I've been stabbed, or I'm bleeding, or my arm is broken. And when, like, so like, if your arm is broken, but you're Super Saiyan 2 Goku and you want to do a Kamehameha anyway, your arm being broken can refund some will.
Okay.
So would we have wounds for being stabbed? Like, would I have a wound of losing part of the dragon thing?
Nobody took a serious wound. Well, Jacob took serious wounds, but nobody else took a serious wound. And because we're at the end of the session, surface wounds recover overnight anyway. So they don't matter right now. But yeah, like, during the fight, only Albatross took a wound, I think. And
I think mine was the bad one.
Yeah,
they both were like protected.
Yeah, and you took a surface wound that was like, I've been stabbed and I'm bleeding magic.
Yeah.
But nobody else really took a wound. Cool.
I don't think so, yeah.
So the project. What else have we learned about magic in New York?
There are 3 factions. The
At
Magi,
least.
the
4 factions.
Chaos. Oh, right, yeah. Because there's the solitary people, the Chaos, Magi, and the Reed.
What
And
we know there are
NYPD.
at least those.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
So 4 factions.
Factions. We know that the Reed guys get their power from one person via an item.
One source.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, one source.
Sorry.
Okay. What else?
We know they're new.
Uh,
They're new players on the scene, so to speak.
sure.
New kids on the block.
Okay,
We know everyone but the police and Magi are fighting each other.
Yeah, we already had the conflict down. I guess, like, you, like, learned a little bit more about the conflict, but...
Could we say that, well, the disciples of Reed, we learned that they have a different genesis from the other ones. Like everyone else on the others are like sort of schools, even if they're not officially a school. They're sort of, they induct people and they learn and they get better. Whereas in the disciples of Reed, just sort of show up out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
We learned who Julian is a little bit. And we learned that he knows Jason Tabernacle, and that Jason Tabernacle knows a lot more than he's saying, but he's not, like, he's a lot more powerful and he knows a lot more than he's saying, but he's not sharing something with us, so he's keeping some secrets. Is that relevant?
We know,
Yeah, and then, so what do we want to say about Julian is,
He's some sort of custodian? Or...
yeah, I mean, Master of Magi, I guess, is...
Yeah.
Okay. So there's more than one group. Well, we have 4 factions down, so... There's conflict, there's 4 factions. Reed gain power from one source. They're new to New York City, and they have no legacy. Jacob is really powerful. Julian is Master of Magi. What else have we learned?
the Reed are behind the kidnappings.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And everyone kidnapped was powerful.
Yeah, was it powerful?
Well, we already have
was
that.
a mage?
That was,
I learned the name of the first kidnapped person.
yeah, this is something that I needed to put down here.
We learned that the police themselves have a, how do I put it? A subdivision of mages, if you
Sure.
want, or of...
Sure, and, do we know anything about them?
Not so far.
They don't like the Magi particularly.
We know the one girl's name, but that's the one
Yeah.
that kidnapped.
What about the other group?
The Chaos.
Yeah.
We know they like to fight people.
Yeah.
They're sort of berserkers in a way. Like they're
Okay. Sure.
basically the Sith. They'll take power by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Anything else we want to add to this bubble?
Well, that Sophia, the the detective, she was onto something when she was taken, apparently.
Yeah.
And they want something with Jacob as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They took him
kidnapped
specifically.
What about Jacob?
They took him specifically.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay. So, I think that's enough to get 15 points, because that's a lot of information. So now we get to learn something about the world for completing this. So, what do you want an answer to come from this part of the project, right? Like, we investigated magic in New York City. We've got a lot of small answers, but what's the big answer that you're looking for? For the last one, it was that the victims are magical.
The source of the read people's power? Would that be a good one?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So let's say that as you guys are bedding down at the Hall of the Order of Magi, Jason is just there because he does that sort of thing. You have this conversation with him, in whatever way that takes place, and he reveals to you the source of the Disciples of Reed. He reveals that the source is a person named Mortimer Reed, who is a peer of Jason.
Can we ask him if he can give powers to
Let's go with
people as well?
rival. Can Jason give powers to people? No. So,
Can we ask a little more about the rivalry? Like,
what do you want to ask? Sure. Yeah, you're in a darkened room. There are beds, and Jason is leaning against the wall. What do you want to ask him?
what's the rivalry about? When did it start? How did it start? Like,
Well, it's not really a rivalry. It's that they're similar, right? They are the same sorts of beings.
But- okay, but they're opposite in the same way. Like, they're not friendly in that
They're
aspect.
not really. Yeah. I guess they're not really friendly. Jason says that what Mortimer is doing is not something he thinks should come to pass.
Does he know what he's doing?
No.
Well. Then how does he disagree with it if he doesn't know what it is?
Because he knows it's not good.
Okay.
It's like how we know when you go up to someone, you're gonna do something stupid, like throw a rock at them.
I didn't throw any rocks this time.
I mean,
I just tried to
technically,
burn
this is
someone's
still
eyes.
Because we told you not to.
This is
Yeah,
still
like I've
technically the
listened.
time when you threw the rocks at the people because we didn't sleep in between.
All right,
We just cut the
that's
session
correct.
off
That is correct.
because we had to go to watch patch notes.
Sure.
True.
Alright, so. Yeah, any other questions for Jacob? Or Jason while he's here?
Because he has a busy schedule.
Busy schedule ordering us to stop his enemy.
Does he know where Jacob is?
No.
Does he have any idea what they want with Jacob?
Probably the same thing they want with everyone else.
Does he have any idea where to find Mortimer?
No.
Does he know anything that would help us?
Anything about Mortimer, like what kind of being he is, or like he's not human clearly, or
Jason just sort of like shrugs his shoulders.
So helpful. Like,
Yeah.
can anyone else think of a question? I
Nope.
think that's it then.
Cool. Yeah. So, all right. Now the next question is, what is your next objective in the project? Right. So we started with what's going on with the kidnappers. Well, we learned the victims are magical. We investigated magic in New York, and we learned about Mortimer Reed. But what's next? What question do you guys want to answer?
Should we find out about Mortimer Reed, like for the next one? Like, investigate him?
The goals of Mortimer Reed and the disciples of Reed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
Sounds
you
good.
want to just investigate Mortimer, or do you want to learn more about Jason too?
I guess we could pair them together, yeah, because they're similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't know fuck all about Jason, to be honest.
We know his name's Tabernacle, and he gave us a magic map.
Cool. All right. And I need to make a stone. Sweet. All right. 2 steps on the project done. 2 stones cast, and the project moves forward, getting to the bottom of the Hudson River kidnappings. Any last words before we wrap up the show? Any last questions for Jacob?
Where's your favorite place to eat?
Obviously, the deli across from his bar.
Panera Bread.
No, that's it, I think.
All right. Cool. Well, that's it. Let's just do some brief shout-outs and then end the show. So, thanks for watching, guys. Another episode of Magic Rising Down will be on YouTube, of course. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter, EGRCret. Good.
This is my turn.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Proxy.
Yeah.
We're going in
Alright,
order.
sorry. Thanks everybody for watching Proxy Damage. You can find me on Twitter at Proxy Damage. You can find me on Smite Central writing things about stuff, namely Smite. And thanks everybody for watching.
Okay, I'm Silent Wolf VG. You can find me on Twitter at Silent Wolf VG. This is the only thing I do, basically.
Wait.
Follow me, or I'll summon a storm around you, and then have sex with your mother. That is all.
Wolfpack89 from Smite Guru. Find me on Twitter at Wolfpack89 with a 0 instead of an O, or just at Smite Guru. I help run that Twitter account too, so you can find me both those places. And yeah, that's that.
I'm Dandy. You can find me on Twitter at DandyPlease, where I make lots of memes and such.
Yeah.
Very meme.
Meme Smiths deserve to get paid too.
We do. We put a lot of effort into those and don't get the recognition we deserve.
Sure.
I mean, I consider myself a verbal meme smith. Should I get paid as well?
If you're working.
No.
Blind demands. Alright.
Yeah, you can find me at star_account_. I don't do much other than this, but yeah.
Sweet. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. Peace.